Okay. What up, world? Welcome to another episode of RMT, That's Real Man Talk. It's your boy, Stan the Man, coming to you with another great conversation piece on today. And before we get started, I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Hit that like button, drop a comment, hit that share button to share this information with anyone that you think that it could help, all right? So let's go ahead and get into it today. So on today, we're going to talk about living in the moment. Just living in the moment, embracing the time that you are in right now. Some of us get ahead of time. Some of us get ahead of ourselves and don't appreciate the moment that we're in. Let me give you an example. A lot of us can get a promotion on the job, or we can get a big deal with our business, and we can have big news come to us even in our life period. And I don't think that we take the moment to really enjoy that because we're thinking about the next step. We're thinking about what comes next, what's after that, instead of just living within the moment. And all of us, I think that we have the problem of not living in that moment. We too busy worrying about the bills. We too busy worrying about the responsibility. We too busy worrying about all the bad or the things that come with what we just been blessed with, what we just accomplished, or what we have just done. And I think we should take the time, slow down, and enjoy the moment that we're in. You know, I remember I got two beautiful daughters by my beautiful wife. And I remember having my first child. When my wife had my first child, I was sitting in the hospital room. We was in there and she had her. And instead of me thinking about it now, instead of me just enjoying that I have a child that's born, no birth defects, no health issues, everything is fine. My wife is fine. It was successful. It was successful birth of her having a child. And instead of me enjoying that, I thought about how I'm going to provide for her, how I'm going to do this, how I'm going to do that, how I'm going to set up a college fund, am I going to be a good dad? A lot of those things was racing through my mind. But if I could give anybody advice, just enjoy that moment. Now, all of that was those things I should have been thinking about? Absolutely. Should have been things I was thinking about prior to my wife getting pregnant and even after she had my daughter. But what I mean is just enjoying that time that my child is there, that she's healthy, that my wife is okay. Enjoying that and enjoying the blessing within that. Because there's so many things that could have happened within that situation. And instead of me enjoying that moment, I kind of deprive myself of enjoying that moment because I'm thinking about something else. And we as individuals, we get to the point where we are so obsessed with what's next or what's coming or what problem we should get fixed, that should be fixed, that we forget to enjoy the times when they are good. Don't forget, like, something could easily happen. You could change, your health could change, you won't be the same person. And so enjoying the moments now that you have your health. Things are up, things are going good. Enjoy those moments. Because once those moments are taken away, you probably won't never get it back. It probably never be the same. But I'm going to say this. If you don't enjoy what you got going on now, things that's happening in the future, you're not going to enjoy it anyway. You can't enjoy that moment. When I say enjoy the moment that you're in, not necessarily saying that you shouldn't think about your responsibility, you shouldn't think about nobody else, but just somebody graduating with their degree. You might have student loans, you probably don't have student loans, but if you do have student loans, if you're thinking about your student loans, how you going to pay this back, what job I'm going to get, if you're worrying about that after you accomplish that, you're going to drive yourself crazy. You can't even enjoy your life because you're thinking about what's wrong, what I should have been doing, what I can do. And we drive ourselves crazy a lot of times not enjoying the moment. I remember I'd been, I took vacation. I don't know if y'all have been through this, but if you done took vacation before and you out on vacation and you think about your bills, you think about how many hours you got to work to make this money back when you get home, you're not going to enjoy that vacation. You might as well stay at home because physically you there, but your mind is somewhere else. If we can bring our mind and body within the moment and enjoy that time that we in, other stuff is going to happen regardless if we there or we not there, mentally or physically. Things are going to happen. So why not enjoy the moment? And I had to learn that for myself. So many times I'm thinking about everything but the moment. And you take away from other people too because you not mentally and physically being within the moment. How your loved ones, how your family, how the people around you that care about you really can enjoy the moment when you're not actually all the way there. You halfway there. You halfway in. You halfway yourself. By you being halfway yourself and thinking about just yourself or thinking about the problems, you're not getting the full experience of what God had to offer to you. So whatever that situation that he blessed you to be in, you can't enjoy it. And that's another thing within living in the moment. We live in the moment when it's just good times. You think I'm talking about just good times living within the moment. Bad times too. Because when something bad happened, if you can live within that moment when something bad happened, you can move on from it. But if you just suppress it in your mind and just try to push on, you still got that to deal with. Because it's still in your mind. It's still in your mind. And you haven't left that situation. But if you stay within that situation, if something happened to you that you sick, you live in that, you stay in that moment. Is that an enjoyable moment? No. But you live in that moment and accept what's going on. If you have a loved one pass away, live in that moment. Let yourself feel that grief. Let yourself feel that pain. It's tough. I mean, so many times I done suppressed just loved ones, just thinking about, oh, I got to be there for everybody. I got to be tough. I got to be the man. Understand all that. But at the same time, you got to let yourself live in that moment, feel those emotions in order for you to get over it. Unless you're going to bundle up, and when you do let it out, you're going to lash out against somebody or to somebody you love, or it might be in a situation where you might affect your life. You might lash out at somebody you weren't trying to say, and some stuff you just can't take back. So even living in the moment when something bad happened. We love living in the moment when everything is good. We love living in the moment when we accomplish things. But even when we mess up, live within that moment, within that mistake, that you can learn from that mistake. When I say embrace what you done messed up. Because if you say, yeah, I did it, but I ain't gonna worry, like it ain't nothing. Accept the fact that it was a mistake, and then you can get a chance to learn from it and move on. Some of us just skip over the mistakes like we ain't even did it. Nah, I ain't did that. I don't know nothing about that. I ain't do that. I'm not that type of person going right past it. So being so high and mighty that you can't slow down and recognize you made a mistake, live within that moment when you had that mistake, learn from it, and then move on. Some of us like to skip the whole process. We like to skip the whole process. But I think another thing is living within the moment is that not only you can enjoy the good times, but you can accept the bad times as well. It's easy to accept the bad times when you're living within that moment. And sometimes you can't live within that moment due to outside circumstances, certain things happen where you can't at that moment because might be people and things. But you try to find that space where you can. Find that moment when you can. Because you can't take care of no one else if you not taking care of yourself. You know, most of the time when you have people, when you have people taking care, a caretaker is taking care of the a person. Usually the person that they taking care of live longer than them because they forget to take care of themselves. They wearing themselves down, taking care of them to make sure that they are whole, and they forget to take care of themselves. So I'm asking you to take care of yourself. We can take care of ourselves to make sure we can take care of other people too. But if we don't take out that time to enjoy the moments, if we don't take out that time to really embrace the time that we in right now, that space that we in right now, we'll never really enjoy life. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. And look, if y'all want to talk to, communicate with us after this, hit us up on a social media platform. That's Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Real Men Talk Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that follow button, you know, and just check us out. Also, drop a comment if there's anything that you want us to talk about. If you anything you want to hear me talk about, just hit me in the inbox and let me know, and I'll be more than glad to bring up on the podcast. All right? Appreciate y'all. See y'all next week. Peace.